Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This video is called I Left My Baby Daddy When He Got Locked Up for 75 Years. Let's watch the video.
Alright, y'all. Story time about how I left my baby father when he got sentenced in jail to 75 years to life. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to give y'all all the events that led up to me leaving him. And girl, boy, just know, it gets crazy. Now, I'm 30 now. I want to stop my baby father when I was like 20. Maybe 19. He was younger than me, not too much. Yeah, 2 years younger than me. But, you know, being that we were still young, he was still in the streets, he still like hanging out. That should have been a red flag right there. Or the red flag should have been when we did do what it do for the first time, and I had my period. Now, the first event, I remember I had did a pop up on him one time, and I saw him, like, he had restaurants across the street from his building, and I seen him and a female walking inside the restaurant. He had on all white, she had on all white. It was sometime, but I'm looking at my cousin, and I'm like, who was that? Now, keep in mind, I was young, so yes, I did pop-ups. Yes, I went through phones. Would not recommend, do not do it, ladies. Keep in mind, I said I go through phones for later. So I see them walking in the restaurant, so I'm like, yo, who is that? So you know me, what any other female would do, they go in the restaurant. So I went in the restaurant, and I see them sitting, you know, at the table. So I walk up to the table, and I'm like, hello, like, who is this? Like, what are y'all doing? At that point, I didn't even give him, like, a chance to respond. Like, I was just so mad. It was like a glass of water on the table. Like, I just picked it up, and I threw it on him. And it was drenched. He was soaked, and I just walked out. So, you know, he calling me, blowing me up, like, yo, like, you did all that for nothing. What was you doing? Like, I'm not even on a date. Like, that's a fiend. For people who don't know what fiends is, that's, like, people that do drugs. You playing with my intelligence right now? You trying to say you, like, people that do drugs? Because I don't do drugs. And when I say fiend, that's like hard drugs. That's not like weed or anything. That's like hard drugs, crack, coke, whatever. I'm like, well, are you telling me you sell drugs? And if you do sell drugs, you selling drugs over dinner? Like, what are you doing? Anyways, like any dumb BITCH would do, because I was a dumb BITCH. After a while, I forgave him and stuff like that. Second event, we in his house. It got to a point where I was like at his house more than I was at my own house. So one night we laying down, and he was like before I met him, I guess he was like dealing with, I found out that he was dealing with like another female that was like living in a building next to him and things like that. I mean, of course I thought it was over. I didn't even think it was nothing serious or whatever, but that night I was in his house. We was laying down. He had went to sleep. Now remember, I said I go through phones. So he went to sleep, and from that incident with the restaurant, like, I just, like, at that point, it was like, I don't trust you, so I need to see if you're doing anything else, because I need to know if I need to leave you or not. But do you think I left? No, I was still a dumb BITCH. So I went through this man's phone, and of course, I see the message from the girl that live in the building next to him, and I'm like, what are y'all talking about? So I'm going through the messages, and of course, it's messages. She's talking about, oh, I'm horny, da-da-da. But of course, y'all know what she wanted him to do for her. So at this point, remember, he sleeps. So I text her from his phone, like, yo, like, what's up? Like, you see me with him before. Like, you know I'm his girl now. Like, why are you still trying to get in his drawers? So I basically told her, like, yo, bitch, stop texting my nigga phone. Like, period. Like, y'all done. I'm with him now. Bitch, get over it. Now, keep in mind, I said he sleeps. So he don't know nothing that's going on. I'm texting her, me and her going back and forth, we arguing. After that, I delete the message. So now I'm laying down watching TV or whatever, and like 20 minutes later, I hear a knock at the door. So now I'm looking like, did this bitch just come over here, or is that somebody else? Come back for part 2, y'all, because, girl.
That's crazy that you had to deal with that. Someone that like to be outside. And they outside. They ain't trying to be in no relationship. They just want to be out there poking the first thing that walking. But anyways, let's watch the video.
Alright, y'all, part 2 to my story about how I left my baby daddy when he got sentenced to 75 years to life in jail. Now, remember, me and the girl was going back and forth. I heard the knock at the door. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I know it ain't who I think it is. So I tap my baby daddy, and I'm like, yo, somebody's at your door. Like, go see who it is. Now, the only reason why I didn't go to the door and get it, because I didn't know if it was her, or, like, I didn't know if it was, like, somebody there for him. So I woke him up, and I'm like, yo, go check that. Now, remember, I said he's sleeping through all of this, so he don't know what's going on. So he goes to the door, And he answers the door, and I want to say maybe like about 1 minute later, I hear her voice. She's yelling, 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 yelling. So now at this point, I'm putting my shit on. I'm like, hold on. This bitch got some balls. Because why you coming to my nigga house? So he at the door. He like, yo, I don't even know what's going on. I was asleep. I just woke up. Let me go back there and ask her, like, what's up? Stay right here. Told her to stay in the hallway. But y'all know that girl ain't stay in the hallway. So she follows him in the house to the back in the room where I was at. And at that point, I'm over it. I'm like, yo, like, now I want to fight. Because, like, what you really doing? Like, you doing too much. Like, you would have thought this was your nigga. Or is it your nigga? And I just don't know. Now, but for real, though, so we fought. And, like, you know, he in the middle of us breaking us up and stuff like that. So after we was done fighting, I seen her phone had dropped on the floor. So I looked down, picked up her phone. And y'all know what I did with it? I threw that shit out the window. And I told her, bitch, go fetch. Go get that shit. Now, I'm going to get this girl name. Let's call her Susie, because Susie comes back up in the story. And Susie, if you see this video today, Susie, just know, Susie, don't ever try that shit again. I forgot if I said it in part 1, but I was always at his house more than I was at my own house. But at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going back home because you playing with me, and I don't got time. Like, you're not about to make me go to jail because you want to be out here swinging motherfucking dick. Well, remember, I told you I'm a dumb BITCA, so eventually I took the nigga back, started staying back at his house, and baby, the third event, it was another female from the area that I found out that he was dealing with. And I'm like, yo, like, it's not females all up, like, yo, like, I can't even get my words out. Because why you only dealing with, I mean, I know it's convenient pussy, but baby, you got pussy all over the world. Like, why you choosing this area? Anyways, I had, went to his house one time, and I guess it was a pop-up because he was doing something. I felt like I told him I was coming, but I guess not. So I get to his house and knocking on the door. He's not answering. Call his phone. He's not answering. But I know he in there because I hear the TV on. You in the house. Now, remember I said this was another girl from his area. So, you know, I seen her before. Seen her, how much she lived with her mother. So, seen her mother run away before. Now, I guess as they in there, whatever, she hear me knocking on the door. Mind you, I'm knocking on the door, yelling, screaming, like, open this fucking door. I know you in there, da-da-da-da. So, at that point, I guess she calls her mother. They lived in the same building, or the next building, whatever the fuck it was. And, like, I want to say maybe like 10 minutes later, I see her mother coming off the elevator. Now, at that point, I'm on go mode, like, because I fight old ladies too. I fight babies, I fight old ladies, I fight whoever. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, at that point, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, what is she doing here? She don't live in this building. Or, at least if she do, she don't live on this floor. Whole time the girl was inside. I guess she was scared. So, she called her mother to come get her. So, the girl come out the door, and her mother like, I don't know why you messing with him. Like, you knew he had a girlfriend, and then you get yourself in these type of situations, and you call me to get you out of it. Like, stop dealing with him, da-da-da-da. And I'm just looking at her like, oh, but you so lucky. I got respect for my elders because I probably would have fucked you up if your mother wasn't here and you came out by yourself. So, of course, you know me, like a dumb BITCH that I am, I forgive him, whatever. And I want to say maybe like a month later, I came back up and we was talking about it. And he basically was like clowning her. He was like, yo, yeah, because you had the girl hiding in the closet. I told you stop doing stuff like that. No, you should stop doing stuff like that because I wouldn't have to have nobody hiding in the closet if you wasn't swinging dick. So those situations happen. And let's talk about when he went to prison. I feel like the story is all over the place, but I'm just giving y'all all of it that led up to why I left him. Now, when he first got arrested, you know, I was like, doing my visits and stuff like that, because we were still together and things like that. Now, y'all remember Susie, right? Do y'all remember Susie? Yeah, come back for part 3 because Susie, don't play with me, yo.
I get you care about this man, but he's all over the place, all these different females, and you know you trying to make sure that you don't got no diseases or nothing. But this man ain't trying to be sticking to one person. Know what y'all think about this video? More videos are on the way. There's part 3, 4, and 5, and I'll definitely be doing them next. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos on the way. Bye.